Each one of these systems have an esoteric meaning. They're all, for the most part, they're highly similar in every area, in every place. And they teach about love primarily. They don't teach about laws and rules and all these kinds of things which anybody with love will easily be able to discern. Now, there's one other area I'd like to read to you before I open this to discussion if anybody would like to discuss it. And you guys have probably heard of Thoth or Hermes Trismegistus. He is considered to be the greatest alchemist that ever lived, and he lived in Egypt, thousands of BC. And I thought you might like to hear something that he wrote. This is from the Emerald Tablets, and it is about ascension in the Egyptian belief system, which became really pretty much what Sufism is today. Now we assemble, my children, waiting to hear the secret of secrets, which will give you the power to unfold the God-man, give you the power of eternal life. Plainly I speak of the unveiled mysteries. No dark sayings will I give unto thee. Open thy ears now, my children. Hear and obey the words that I give. First I will speak of the fetters of darkness, which bind ye in chains to the sphere of the earth. Darkness and light are both of one nature, different only in seeming, for each arose from the source of all. Darkness is disorder, light is order. Darkness transmuted is light of the light. Thus, this, my children, your purpose in being, transmutation of darkness to light. Hear now the mysteries of nature, the relations of life to the earth where it dwells. Know ye are threefold in nature, physical, astral, and mental in one. These are the qualities of each of the natures, 9 in all, as above, so below. In the physical are these channels, the blood which moves in vertical motion, reacting to the heart, on the heart to continue its beating, magnetism which moves to the nerve pass, carrier of the energies to all cells and tissues, akasa which flows through channels, subtle yet physical, completing the channels, each of the three attuned to each other, each affecting the life of the body. From they the skeletal framework through which the subtle ether flows. In their mastery lies the secret of the life in the body, relinquished only by the will of the adept when his purpose on living is done. These are the natures of the astral. Mediator is between above and below. Not of the physical, not of the spiritual, but able to move above and below. 3 are the natures of mind. Carrier, it of the will of the Great One. Arbitrator of cause and effect in thy life. Just a minute. Missed a page. Thus is formed the threefold being, directed from above by the power of 4. Above and beyond man's threefold nature lies the realm of the spiritual self. 4 it is in qualities, shining in each of the planes of existence, but 13 and 1 the mystical number. Based on qualities of man are the brothers. Each shall direct the unfoldment of being. Each shall channels be of the Great One. On earth man is in bondage, bound by space and time on the earth plane, encircling each planet. A wave of vibration binds him to this plane of unfoldment. Yet within man is the key to releasement. Within man may freedom be found. When ye have released thyself from the body, rise to the outermost bounds of the earth, of your earth plane. Speak you the words, Dor El Lila. Then for a time the light will be lifted. Free may ye pass the barriers of space. For a time of half of the sun, that's 6 hours. May ye pass the barriers of the earth plane to see and know those who are beyond you. Okay, now this was written probably 4,000 or 5,000 years ago, and probably before that. And you can see how advanced these people were. As a matter of fact, the temple of Luxor in Egypt is in the shape of a man. And what they did was they tried to make it like the human body, so that when they had incantations and things like that they did in it, they would do it in certain parts of the body of the temple to produce certain effects to all the people in Egypt, because they felt that it could reach them because of where they were doing the incantations. So, in a way, you can say that these people were trying to find a way to communicate with human beings on the only way that they knew, which was through pyramids. The pyramids were really transmitters with a gold top on top, and they had as above, so below, which is an alchemical term, and is also a mystical term used by the Egyptians. There was a chamber underneath the pyramids, as well as one at the same distance above it. And each one of these things had particular aspects to it. Same thing with the Temple of Luxor. Same thing with everything, with huge numbers of things that these people did. They were absolutely directed by their spirituality, and to the extent that the Pharaoh was more of a pope than he really was a leader of any other way. He was a priest king before he was anything else. So man has always tried, through every imaginable way, to reach ascension. And in some ways, the Gothic cathedrals in Europe, the reason the book is about those is because each one of these Gothic cathedrals are set up like the Temple of Luxor. The Temple of Luxor is set up underneath an underground water system. The underground water system produces geopathic energy and actually accelerates and accentuates the power of the prayer that goes on in the temples of Luxor and some of the other ones. The Gothic cathedrals are all set up underwater flow systems, which amplify the power of the Gnostic cathedrals as well. They are on ley lines, which are magnetic lines that are set up to also increase the power of that these people could instinctually feel, and so they knew how to set these cathedrals up. And before they were Gnostic cathedrals, they were Druidic places. They had been they're layer upon layer of each one of these cathedrals being some type of a site for spirituality. So man has continued through the ages to find ways to amplify and power his ability to reach the spiritual ascension. And now we have the machine, the most advanced thing ever produced so far. And I mean that seriously. I just have no idea what's better than this, what's more powerful than this. It produces an effect that no person in the history of mankind has ever been able to feel 24/7. Now, a lot of you are not on high machines yet, but I can assure you on the highest machines, which are millions of times stronger than the ones of the beginning machines that you're on, you will begin to see transitions between the physical and the fifth and sixth dimensional plane, which are the intellectual dimension. What Burkhard Heim did in his work was he proved that the physical plane is actually made up of 6 dimensions: length, width, height, and time. And then the 5th dimension, which is the manifesting dimension, where thought changes the reality of the tachyons coming in to produce reality. And then the spiritual dimension, which is the one before that, which is the 6th. What the machine is doing, and you'll find this as you continue to go up higher, it is clearing negativity, which is the length, width, height, and time, the 4-dimensional space, to allow you to manifest the reality you want. And in manifesting the reality you want, by the lack of negativity, your bliss carries you forward just like a bubble escaping from a bottle underwater, higher and higher and more blissful, until finally you reach, hopefully we do sometime, somewhere down the way. I'm working on these machines using myself as a guinea pig. We're able to make very, very close transition between 4th and 5th dimensional space. So when you use the book as an actual alive thing. It produces 15 different forms of energy, and when you feel it, you'll feel the depth of it. You can put it under your pillow at night, and it will energize things. There's a symbol on the front which many of you will recognize. And if you put it just in your bookcase or underneath something, maybe an aspiration or something you want to have happen, it will energize that aspiration through the power of the machines that the symbols are on. And that is my story, and I'm sticking with it. Does anyone have any questions?
What if you bought 2 or 3 of those books and put them in your house?
Well, I would say that any time you make, this is Roy again, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Roy, any time you make contact with the symbols, you're going to have a very, very powerful experience. So, in answer to your question, if you put the book under your mattress, if you put it under your pillow, if you put it in your bookcase or in the front room where it radiates energy out from itself all the time, each one of these things is going to be very, very powerful. It's going to be amplified more than just the symbols that I sell, because there are 14 other ones behind it that gives it a multi-dimensionality that the symbols don't have. And the cost is not that much different.
Yeah, I understand that, but like I say, I've got more than one